Isaiah 28:2. Behold, the Lord have a mighty and strong one, which as a tempest of hail and destroying storm, as a flood of mighty waters overflowing, shall cast down to the earth with the hand. Call Halal, Yahawah, Sham, Bahasham, Barak, Qadash. Double honors unto the apostles, double honors unto the elder bishops. Salutations to the 144,000 and the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth, among the heathen that look like the heathen. And to the Yahawah that are listening and learning, to you I say Shalom. This is your brother Malcolm from the branch of the Great Millstone here in Chicago, coming at you with a quick lesson. And this was a short news clip from DW, which is a German public broadcast service. And it's going into a story on Brazil. And I was going to show you, too, it's a lot of Edomites down there, you know, in South America, mixed in with the Northern Kingdom. All right, it just is. That was a lot of, so especially after World War II, a lot of Edomites, a lot of German Edomites fled to South America, trying to, you know, flee persecution behind the whole, you know, Hitler thing. You know, after they persecuted, they, you know, were fleeing persecution. You know, and all the mixed emotions and controversy that goes with the whole, you know, German Jewish thing of World War II. All right. But this video is not about either of those things. Basically, this is about the visitation of the Lord. So I'm going to play some of this video and just bring out a couple more scriptures. Because what they try to do, let me read this one first. Because you're going to hear them somewhere in the video speak about it. And it's not science that's doing this. This is the Lord that's doing it. It's not, well, they try to give a scientific answer is what I meant to say. About global warming and that whole sort of thing. And even if there is global warming, you know, the Lord is doing it. You know, this is being done by the Lord. It says, Job 13:4, and it reads, but ye are forgers of lies, ye are all physicians of no value. So anything they can't answer, or anything that would discredit the Bible, which would discredit the truth, which would discredit what the Hebrews are saying, which would try and discredit the prophecies, which they will not be able to do. They try to hide behind science, you know, and just look at all the deaths that have happened and all the deaths that are to come because, you know, certain portions of government, that's not even really government, were, you know, pushing the message of trust the science, listen to the science. All right, but here we go.
Almost the whole town of Masum is underwater. It's just one of dozens across Brazil's Rio Grande do Sul state that have been flooded. The local governor said that it's here that most casualties have been found.
Hundreds of people were saved. Hundreds of people were rescued. But unfortunately, I received information that 15 bodies were located in the town of Masum. This is immensely painful and raises the death toll from 6 to 21.
People across the region have been forced from their homes by the floodwaters.
We saw the water was going to flood everything since dawn. We were already putting things on top of the table, on top of the wood stove, but it didn't help.
Others say the storm has already taken everything they had.
Damn.
I feel devastated. I lost everything. There are many people who lost much more, but I have nothing left.
It's just the latest extreme weather event to bring misery to the residents of Brazil.
That's crazy, because, see, they have to actually, for anyone who's never been in a situation like that or don't understand what they're looking at, let's go back a little bit. These people are forming a human chain. Because what happens when you're not connected to one another and you attempt to walk through this water, even though it's just at their knees, depending on how tall they are. You can see the Edomite right there in the middle. I told you there's a lot of Edomites down there mixed in. because you got to understand, the Northern Kingdom captivity was so vast with so many different heathens. So, and the Northern Kingdom is a lot bigger than the Southern Kingdom. So, we were intermingled with the heathen even more so, through the different captivities that we went through. All right. I mean, Judah went through, all of Israel got scattered everywhere, but Judah was was throughout Europe and Africa for the most part, whereas the Northern Kingdom was literally got scattered to the four corners of the earth even more so. So it seems, according to, the history that I've read. But nevertheless, back to the point, these people here, if you're alone, they're what you call undertows in this water. All right. And you'll get snatched by those undertows and pulled away. There's another problem lurking in these waters too when you're not connected to one another. These 20 and 30 foot anacondas and pythons that are swimming in this water as well. And you also have the whole crocodile issue. All right, because they got them gigantic crocs all over Brazil, and when you got floodwaters that brings the rivers and the Amazons to the people, well, that's a whole other issue that you have to worry about, because a lot of people in Brazil get swallowed by snakes and eaten by crocodiles every year, and even more so after flooding like this. So these are, which is just all visitations from the Lord. All right. As a matter of fact, let me just let it play.
It's just the latest extreme weather event to bring misery to the residents of Brazil's southernmost state. Another cyclone back in June left 13 people dead. Scientists say climate change is helping make storms stronger and...
there we go. Knew it had to come out. This is Isaiah's not climate change, it's the Lord. All right. And it reads, "And thou shalt be visited of the Lord," all capitals. So that's YHWH in the Hebrew, all right, which spells Yahawah. All right. It says, "And thou shalt be visited of Yahawah of hosts, with thunder and with earthquake and with great noise and with storm and tempest, flame and devouring fire." And all those things are happening in Brazil and around the world. Because a lot of the places, this is more flat land, a lot of those hilly places, those villages in the sides of the hills and at the bottom of the hills, these storms come and because of deforestation, the land begins to slide. So people get even worse death and even worse destruction is when the land slides down on you. All right. You get buried and drowned in mud and crushed with, millions of tons of earth. All right. You can't even attempt to swim in when it's mud coming down on you. All right. So these are just visitations from the Lord. This is not because of global warming and all this other. They always try to get around the fact that the Lord is visiting the earth which he made, which I'll read that as well before this is over.
More frequent.
So let me go back a little bit.
While rescuers are rushing to help, scientists say climate change is helping make storms stronger and more frequent. While rescuers are rushing to help residents, authorities are warning that there could be yet more misery to come, with more rain forecast in the coming days.
And indeed it will happen. All right, it's going to happen.
Devastated. I lost because everything. There are many people.
We saw the water putting things on top of the table.
Here we go.
Taken everything.
Yeah, we're gonna get even more. All right. Visitations from the Lord. All right, because it's prophecy. And Jacob's trouble is on its way. So it's about to get really, really bad, man. If you're not dying from hunger, violence, hunger or violence, You're going to be dying from storm, tempest, earthquake, fire, which there's a spirit in all those things. Spirits are created for vengeance. Right? But this is 2 Ezra 9 and 1, and it reads, "And he answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, but thou seest part of the signs which I have told thee before. Then thou shalt understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world," and there's been so many earthquakes and uproars of the people. It's just been nonstop for literally like these last 10 years. All right. "Then thou shalt well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For it's like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. Even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonders and powerful works, and endings in effects and signs." So the signs of the end, all right, are here. You're being shown the signs, and it's being broken down to you by the prophets. But many of you still don't want to listen. All right. So, I can tell you is that, hey, look, stay prayed up and prepare yourself, because the time is nigh. Jacob's trouble is upon your hand, and Jacob is going to, Jacob's trouble is for all people, not just Jacob. All right. And only the Lord's elect is going to be brought through this or get salvation out of this. The majority of our people, with the 2/3, they are going to die very violently. All right. And remember this too, before I sign off, is that the majority of the 2/3 are women. Women outnumber men, practically 7-1 worldwide. There's a reason for that. All right. So with that, I'm going to give all praises, all honor and glory unto Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Qadash, Wa Abba, Kwam Yasharala. Shalom.